It is month 1, day 31 of sailing across the Pacific Ocean alone, and I lost my sailboat. Just kidding. It's over there. It's very tiny, very far away. I'm in the doldrums. I'm stuck here in the doldrums. There is no wind. For reference, I'm right about here, about as far away from land as you can be on this planet. So I pumped up my inflatable paddleboard and getting some exercise in. It is incredibly disorienting to be out on a paddleboard with absolutely nothing on the horizon except like a super cool sunset. Oh, I am well over 1,000 miles away from any piece of land. And it's so quiet. It's so quiet. This definitely feels like one of the more incredible things I've privileged enough to experience.
Now a migrant is dead after a shooting outside the Gage Park facility. Alderman Ray Lopez confirmed the 28-year-old man died from his injuries. Police say he was on the sidewalk when an unknown car pulled up and someone inside that car fired shots at the man, hitting him in the head. The alderman says the man was the intended target.
To all Venezuelans in Chicago, this is the warning. If you ain't on no bullshit, stay neutral. Somebody please translate. Stay neutral. If you know somebody that's in your building on bullshit, don't run in that building and don't let nobody see them running that building. Because once word get out that that's the building that they in, they gonna chop that bitch down. Whatever building, the abandoned building y'all occupying and all that shit, yeah, you better get your food and just stay in the house. Because they come out doing some bullshit, y'all gonna regret that. You're gonna really regret that. So, I don't speak Spanish, so somebody need to translate. I hope they got TikTok that translate, I guess. They can kind of make me seem like I'm speaking Spanish. But anyway, take this like a grain of salt if you like. But this ain't Colorado. This ain't Utah. This ain't none of them places. This is just like where you from. The only difference is y'all use a lot of handgun, old revolvers, and machetes and shit. We got switches. If you're not familiar with what a switch is, we will show you. We don't really be with all the telling and shit. But we will definitely show you what a switch is. So, again, somebody translate. Yeah. Make this known. This ain't like Colorado.
Well, look like the Chicago gangs done stepped in. I don't know how true that is, but y'all saw it.
All right, everybody. Past 2 days, this has been pretty cool. This morning was nice and cool. Sky is, I'll show it to you in a minute. I'm gonna lay this old thermometer back out here on the grass. Right there's the temperature. And yes, it says don't lay it in direct sunlight, but what happens when you're in direct sunlight? I'm gonna show you how hot it is. Here's my sky. They've been working on it today. There's our white sun. Moon's right over there in front of the sun. I'm expecting by Sunday or Monday we'll have a new moon and it will reappear behind that sun. There's my old heat bugs. Anyway, we'll come back out here in about, I'll give it 10 minutes at best. And we'll see how hot some poor old construction worker is today. Guys, I did a video earlier this morning and it was a good one. And it was on this 10-minute option, and when I went to post it, it just vanished. A man of God against the prince of the air is pretty tough. And God created Lucifer, people. And the only protection you have from him is our Creator. You can believe that or not. Be back in just a minute. And that is what a man has to go through if he works outside underneath this sun. People, I've been trying to tell you about Joe Osteen. I want you to pay attention to what's on his stage. If you're a flat earther, look at that big, giant, round globed earth he's got on his stage spinning right in front of his congregation on TV using the Prince of the Air. And watch that thing. It's wrapped in a serpent. And you want to trust that smiling, deceiving, whatever the hell he is? I don't trust no preacher, especially one that works for the Prince of the Air, people. Y'all seek God and question everything while you still have an opportunity.
Can somebody explain to me what happened with that thermometer? Because it looked like it went to -30. And if that's the case, I wonder why.
Wow. I want y'all to check this out.
In the area of reparations for descendants of Africans enslaved.
If you elected president, would you sign that bill if it came across your desk?
When I am elected president, I will sign that.
Now, this is a very interesting swing of the pendulum. Because you'll gain support from the black voters, but you're going to lose a lot of support when people realize that tax dollars could possibly go to African Americans, descendants of slaves. I said, this puts Kamala in a very peculiar situation, right? Because if she does become president, right, and the bill comes across her desk, and she doesn't sign the bill, but if the bill does come across her desk and she does sign the bill, she's put herself in a corner she can't lie herself out of. Oh my God.
That's just it. She ain't gonna lie. She's gonna roll right into that seat if she gets elected. And she's going to not only go against what she said she would do, but do everything that she intended to do in the first place. And none of it he has talked about.
Black people wear the mark of Cain. That's in the Bible.
No, it is not. Show me where in the Bible it says that black people wear the mark of Cain. Show me that.
Lots of racist stuff in the Bible.
Really, give me one example.
Dude, there's tons of it. And then how also do you explain Mormons? I mean, what about Mormons?
Yeah, you got out of the kitchen because it was getting hot. I don't blame you. You got out of that kitchen real fast.
I mean, if you want to go into it, the Bible...
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. Go into it. Where does the Bible say that African Americans are the children of Cain? Where does the Bible say that?
The Bible talks about the mark of Cain, and you can interpret the Bible any way you can. And until recently, lots of...
No, you can't.
Racist biblical...
You can't interpret the Bible any way you can and be intellectually honest.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, well, you can do anything you want. Right? Yeah, but you don't have to have a PhD in the Bible to understand that those slave owners who used the Bible to justify slavery were perverting the living daylights out of it.
I think you're perverting it by saying that homosexuality is wrong.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying the scriptures communicate that homosexuality is wrong. That's all we're saying.
Why can't you say you like it?
No, you can read it for yourself. Read Romans chapter 1, 1 Corinthians chapter 6, 1 Timothy chapter 1, and it's very clear that the practice of homosexual sex is communicated in the Bible as being wrong.
Timmy, homosexual.
No, I don't condemn anybody. It's not my job to condemn anybody.
Why can't you say homosexuals are great, equal beings, and we love them as much as everyone else?
Oh, I can promise you, homosexuals are equal to all of us in value, and I love homosexuals, and I invite homosexuals to come to the church where I'm a pastor. I have homosexual friends who I treasure. So I don't know where you're getting off with this whole idea that if you follow Christ, you have to hate homosexuals. That's totally baloney. Follow Christ, you have to love.
Let me tell y'all one thing. You better stop playing with the spiritual realm and thinking movies is just movies and nothing can jump out that screen, because you're going to find yourself in a lot of I'm not telling you what to do. I saw the movie. I wouldn't suggest you see the movie. What I'm telling you is this. That movie Deliverance, that is not a movie that you want to play in your house. That is not a movie that you want to play in your house. Let me say this to you again. That is not a movie that you want to play in your house. I came in last night, maybe around 1, 2, 3 maybe, and I put that movie on. And since young, I always loved me some horror movies. I love them. I watch them. I laugh at them. But let me tell you something. This movie right here is a little bit different. And the reason I say it's a little bit different because it messed with my spirit. More so, today, I was sitting down and I'm like, let me watch that movie again. Because, you know, I like to go back and watch movies and see what I missed. And my spirit said, don't watch that movie in here again. Do not watch that movie in here again. Then I got to digging. And I see that the people who were making this movie were going through certain complications. I see that the people who were involved with this movie, some of the people passed away. I see that even Monique went through certain complications after making this movie. I see that they hired a priest to be on the set. Nah, man. Come on, man. You got to realize that these people are putting these things here for a reason. And once you realize that, you'll be good. Listen, you're an adult. You can do what you want to do. But I tell you this, I don't think it's the right move to watch that movie. Pay attention.
Hi, I'm a white business owner, and I'm here to show all you white women my new earrings. Only for white women. They're a buffalo plaid design made out of like a leather material because we know only American white women wear these type of earrings. So if you're interested in buying from a white business owner and having these earrings, my target audience is white women, hit me up in my bio for these fancy new buffalo plaid earrings just for you.
So, quick context. The lady is making this video in reference to a video where a black woman who actually make earrings were selling the earrings, and she was saying that they were for black women.
This is for black women. Okay, this is for black women. This is for black women.
The black lady went on to argue and say that she didn't say that it was just for black women. She just said it was for black women. If you want to make jewelry just for black women, and she doesn't just make jewelry for black women, but it was just this particular jewelry. If you want to make jewelry particularly for black women, that's fine. And if she wanted to make jewelry particularly for white women, that's fine also. My thing is this, the fact that she responded to this black woman's post is the very ignorance that keeps black and whites separated. Because you can't say you didn't have a problem with her specifically saying she made the earrings for black women. Because if you didn't, then you wouldn't have made this video as a response. And for the black woman, it's her business. So she can do whatever she wants, just as well as this white lady. If she wanted to sell to just white women, she can do what she wants. The thing is that women, when women emotions get riled up, it is what it is. Ain't nothing more you can do. Ain't nothing more you can say. I'm not gonna insert myself on this because it's women. Gotta let women do what they do. I hope they work it out.
So show us the nails.
Don't get a close up of my nails.
No,
Listen, I've been on the road. I'm gonna do like this.
but we see a pop of color.
Yeah.
Your nails look better than mine.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
They do.
Don't do that. Like, I'm actually thinking about jumping into the nail line. Like,
Oh, really?
I've been thinking about it.
You know, we in some type of times where men wearing nail polish. Now, we know that like the punk rockers back in the day, they did it. And they still do it to this day. But they would wear like black. It wouldn't go with all the color and stuff like that. So, yeah, this new stuff, man, wow.
You mean to tell me you came from Venezuela? You walked all the way from Venezuela. You went through that jungle in Panama. And you finally get to the US. And you commit capital murder. And you chose Texas to do it? You're a man dead walking. You commit capital murder in Texas? You First of all, I said it before and I'll say it again. Venezuela immigrants are in a category of their own. Latinos, we don't claim them.
When she put it like that though, they went through all of that to get here to commit capital murder. No, y'all know it's something deeper going on. It's something deep.
So I went to work this morning. You know, there is a difference. Dog's nails trimmed. Well, the lady could not.
To all the people that stay in Clemens, North Carolina, Jennifer Vernon, that's her name. Jenny! Hey, Jen. Hi, sweetheart. This is how Jennifer feels about that particular black customer, but I'm pretty sure she feels that way about her other black customers too. So she owns Lucky Dog Grooming Shop. Am I shocked? No. However, I think it's unfair that she has a business. She wants our black dollars, but this is how she refers to black people. I think it's sickening, and I think that people in that area should know, because of course not everybody wants to support a racist. So do what you want with that information, but my job here is done.
I know people be like, look, man, your channel has gone to race. Bro, every video I click on is about race. Like, I literally don't see those reptilian videos anymore. I told you, I don't pick the videos. I just scroll down TikTok and this is what pops up. Sorry. Hopefully the algorithm will get back to the weird videos. But I don't want to be associated with it. I just stay away from that.
How animals with rabies look like.
आजा
Oh, baby. Oh.
Yeah, I remember one time, man, we saw a rabid raccoon in our backyard. Man, I had to take it out. I'm not for animal cruelty, but that is, if you know what rabies do to animals, that is suffering for animals. Those animals are having uncontrollable movements and they can't control them, and they might mess around and bite somebody. And if they bite somebody, the mortality rate way higher for humans. So it's better to just take them out, not let them roam around and possibly bite somebody. So yeah, I had to do that. I haven't done anything like that since, but yeah, it's wild. It's really wild.
It happened in Oklahoma. The homeowner answers the door. Then suddenly he's trying to push it shut, but he's overpowered by two men posing as maintenance workers.
They pointed the firearm at the victim there in the living room, made him lie down.
There's a tussle. You can see the taser go off. They finally leave, getting away with his phone and keys. And this is another terrifying home invasion. This guy sure looks like he's selling candy door to door, but something sinister is about to take place. Watch what happens when the homeowner in Stockton, California opens the door to buy a box of candy. Out of nowhere, three guys burst into the house. It's a home invasion. You can hear the woman screaming in terror. The Candyman takes off. Earlier that day, a neighbor's security camera caught Candyman trying to pull the same stunt, but this time the homeowner refused to open the door. He spoke to Inside Edition in a mask to protect his identity.
He was very fidgety. He kept looking over his shoulder. He was kind of like, rocking left and right, like he was just very anxious or nervous about something.
Candyman leaves and heads across the street. Was he on the lookout for his next victim?
I know I'm not crazy, right? Am I the only one who remembers Don't Look Under the Bed coming out and then like watching it, and then I'm like a couple weeks or months after or something, there was like an announcement on Disney Channel like in memory of Ty Hodges, and they said that he himself. I remember this, like I'm not crazy. Like it was literally in the early 2000s and I was young, and I remember asking my mom, what does mean? Because I didn't know, because I was that young. And she was like, why? And then she looked at the TV and it said that him had himself. And here he is, aged well, on a podcast, getting interviewed. See, this is why I really believe in the Mandela effect, and that this is like, I'm not a believer in dimensions and stuff like that, but stuff like this it's starting to make sense. Because I could have sworn Disney Channel said they had like a little memorial moment on the TV because he committed, and here he is, still alive. So what's the truth? Like, I'm so confused right now. But yeah, we definitely be entering different dimensions and different realities, because how do you explain this?
Nah, she a kid. Ty Hodges never died. I remember vividly watching him in movies outside of that. And multiple other movies. Yeah, never heard of him passing away. Never.
Even after you physically die, you still have a choice to not go on into spirit, but to pick up your physical life where you left off and continue. You do not have to physically die until you want to. This immediately, of course, in many of you brings up the question, well, if you can always come back, then why didn't so-and-so come back? Because they were done. Because they made a choice to go on. But you are always given a choice to actually continue the life that you just died in. You may or may not choose to remember that that's what happened. Those that might choose to remember or experience some idea that something different is going on may remember it as some kind of a continuity glitch or a dream about dying and then suddenly waking up and going, well, that was just a dream.
Nah, I believe in that, man. Kind of like the biocentric universe. If you read that book, that goes into detail about exactly what he's talking about. Those phenomenons, I felt them before. I have felt them before, man. Because I've said it before. I've said that you can't experience death. Because to experience it, you have to be conscious. And when you're dead, you're not conscious, right? So how can you experience death? Like, you don't know you're dead. When it happens, you may experience death right before it happens, but living through death, you can't live through death. Yeah, I could believe that. You wake up from a dream that you passed away, but you continue to live. Like, this is why I believe that parallel universes exist, multi-universes exist. Am I the only one who sees Death to America in the DNC logo? Oh, wow. Now, I'd never paid attention to that, bro. That literally, wow. Well, I'm going to say this and I'm going to leave it here. Eventually, these videos will get back to the same old weird sci-fi, reptilian type stuff. But the algorithm is pushing this right now. And I'm gonna do my best to try to get it back to where it was, y'all. I know a lot of y'all say y'all missed the old videos, so we definitely gonna work on getting it back to that. But as of right now, you can't deny what's going on in this country, man. It's happening. And I mean, you could turn a blind eye all you want to, but then what does that do? Does nothing. Then the problem still exists. Nobody's trying to fix it. Nobody's trying to wake up and make a change or be a change. Everybody wants people to do things that make them comfortable. People don't want to be uncomfortable. And that's fine, man. But when are we going to sit down and have these uncomfortable conversations so we can actually get past these things, so we can genuinely enjoy each other without masking how we really feel? When? Because if I show a couple of videos that talk about race and being racist and it makes you uncomfortable, and instead of addressing it and fixing it or being an advocate to help fix this stuff, you would rather run away and say it's uncomfortable. Oh, I'm unsubscribing. Then you're a part of the problem. You did right by unsubscribing, because guess what? You're not here to help anything. You're here to continuously be divisive. I look at these videos just like y'all look at them. You can't say that these same videos do not come across your phone, because they're on the app that we all similarly use. So you'd be a lie if you tell me that you don't see these type of videos. But you have a right to feel however you want to feel, just like I do. And I feel like I want to talk about it. And for those who ain't scared and who can stomach it, want to talk about it so we can fix this thing, let's fix it. Let's fix it amongst each other. And everything else we'll leave to the ones that don't want to fix it. I could rant all day, but I won't. So I'm going to say what I always say. Do what you will with that information. And hey, if you like what you saw, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you know when I upload. Hop in the description, follow all of my social media. And remember, challenge the argument and not the person. Real.